Man, June is the month. By the way, welcome back everyone to the results. It shouldn't surprise me. I've done this for 2 years, and June is always the month where I seem to get everything in huge bunches. So maybe it makes sense. Maybe people start early on spring cleaning, and then when the kids get out, they can help out with it, and then after school gets out in June. This might even be like more than one part, and I'm probably gonna have to cut just because there's so much stuff that I have this little table over here, I can't fit it. I have space down here, I can't fit it. It's insane. And yeah. So I'm gonna get started, because like I said, it's gonna probably be more than one video. I knew going into this day that there were several sales had said that they were going to have video games. One guy said that they had NES, another one said they had just lots and lots of video game stuff and store displays, so there was a community sale, and then there was another sale which I knew was going to have Nintendo games at it, because basically it was a sale that I'd been to multiple times, and the lady there said that, the next time she would find some Nintendo games and put them aside for me. The next time. And so this was the final time. Basically, she said, she would have everything available. And this was like, 3 months I've been courting this lady at her yard sale. But yeah, I knew there was going to be a lot of stuff, or a lot of potential places where I could pick up video games. So that I had to hit those places pretty fast. The first sale I went to was actually, they said they had lots and lots of video game displays. And I actually had been to this house before 2 years earlier. This is kind of like a little anniversary for me, because that was the house that sold me my Sega Genesis, and I got Cool Spot, Rocket Knight Adventures, and Sonic 2, I think. Complete in box, really good condition. It was a model, my Model 2s over there. And so I know this kid, he basically goes around and to yard sales and stuff and buys up things, but I haven't yet to really see him. I saw him once this past season so far, and he bought a Sega Master System that I passed up because the guy wanted to sell it for $90. I have no idea what he bought it for, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's just been off at school. Hopefully he doesn't start driving around buying video games in my neighborhood. I show up a little early, and I said, I'll wait around till you're ready. And I was talking to him a little bit, and then they actually started letting some guys in, so I started walking around, and I asked them about their displays, and they said, we've got a friend that works at GameStop, because I said, yeah, do you work at GameStop? And, I go to the displays, and I'm flipping through them, and I noticed a smell. And it was kind of maybe a little aired out, but it was definitely, the smell of garbage. So I'm pretty sure they were selling their dumpster diving treasures, should we say. And I wouldn't have bought any of it just because of that reason, but none of it was actually really interesting to me. They had, some newer type games like Destiny, which isn't even out yet. Luigi's Mansion for 3DS, they had a huge display for that. What is it? The Injustice game, the fighting game for all the DC comic characters. Just tons of those posters and stuff. And they didn't have any, the only retro things they had, there was like an N64 wrestling game, there was a Sega Genesis Model 1 with no cables, really dirty, and it had a sticker on it for $1. I was not going to buy it, but they had an Atari 800 XL computer, no cables or anything. It was really crummy, and I think it was priced at $3. I'm not really that interested in those 8-bit computers, and I'd have to buy all the cables for it. I'm not really, I don't want another, that's not something I'd like to really collect for. So while I was waiting for that sale, I actually noticed a lady who was setting up, she was putting a sign on a post, and I checked it out, said it started like an hour from this sale that I was at, and then I figured I'd just head up the street to her, because it was literally like 2 houses up the street, and I checked out that sale, and they were still setting up, and I was, nice to them because I knew they hadn't really set up. They had some video games, but what I found there was actually pretty sweet. Tatsunoko versus Capcom. I mean, this plays like pretty much any Marvel vs. Capcom game. This one's really smooth. Like, the controls really fluid. And it has a bunch of characters that you might not recognize, but damn, it's a really good game, and I'm betting this one's going to be really rare and valuable. I played it with my friend a long time ago. Was it 2005? No, 2010. So yeah, that's not too long ago. Damn. Same place. They had some like Pokemon stuff, some Tiger Electronics things, and this guide for Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I remember Silver and Gold Pokemon, they had 2 parts of the same game, Johto and Kanto, and I can't remember which is which, but the second half of the game is really lame. I don't know if, I hope they've, made it more, they beefed it up in the Heart Gold and Soul Silver remakes, but I figure I'd pick this up, maybe it's worth something. I really got out of the Pokemon games a long time ago, and I intend to stay out of them. Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. Now, I already have these. You saw them in a video a while back, but these are actually pretty valuable. They're probably one of the better plush toys that ever released for the Powerpuff Girls. So I had asked the mother about this Pokemon thing. She wasn't sure that her son wanted to sell it for some reason. It was like a little Tiger Electronics Pokeball, and then when he opened it up, it had like a little screen on one half of it, and on the bottom part, there were like some buttons. She went inside to ask her son, who was like still asleep or something, and she was taking, a couple minutes, but I really wanted to get the heck out of there, because I knew there was a sale that was starting, and I said, would you take $3 for this? And the girl was like, sure, fine. The next sale, they said they were selling like PlayStation and N64. They were still setting up a bunch of things, and man, there was actually a fight that kind of broke out really early at their sale. 2 really old dudes were arguing over some sort of metal sign. But anyways, I asked them about their video games, and she brought out a stack of N64 games. They were mostly shit. The 2 out of the entire lot that I picked out, she said that she didn't want to sell some other ones. They were moving and out of the country, and they wanted to keep some games, like Mario stuff, so I understood that. But the ones I picked out were GoldenEye and Killer Instinct Gold. I'm really tired of picking up GoldenEye. It used to be around like $15, now it's $10, because it's so damn numerous. But she said that she had other games inside, like Nintendo, and of course she was going to keep some. There was a couple. And the guy took me inside, and he showed me, and he said, like, oh, these are the N64 games, and it was like, he wouldn't really let me buy any of them. They were really, all the Mario games, basically, like Mario 64, all the Mario parties, Yoshi's Story. I mean, I should have maybe asked, maybe can I just have one Mario Party, like Mario Party 3, but I didn't. He had PS2 inside, PlayStation 1. Damn, I really wish I looked at the PlayStation 1s. But he separated some stuff out that I could have. And of the Nintendo games, picked out Hudson Hawk. I really don't know what the game is, but I figured why not. And Ninja Gaiden. Went through a ton of manuals, and pretty much grabbed everything. Twisted Metal, long box, really good condition. Yeah, I loved playing this with my brother, but I don't know if I really want to keep it. So I love Twisted Metal Black. This one's just the case. Pretty much anything that was a case or manual, they just let me have. And unfortunately, they did not have any Sega CD. But they had some Sega stuff and some Sega Genesis manuals, but no games, and I was pissed. But yeah, Chuck Rock, Destruction Derby, and guess what? Now I can complete my Destruction Derby. Was that last week? I'm getting so confused. I think it was 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I have 2 of them now, 2 complete. This one's beat up, but whatever. Tecmo Bowl, Zelda, Hook on Genesis, Mario Party 3, Yoshi Story, like controller, quick reference guide, Mario 64. This is the Yoshi Story manual. It's really torn up. Little insert probably from Mario, or for Yoshi Story. Mario Tennis. Mario Party 2. Here are the manuals for those Nintendo games. Hudson Hall. Oh, please let this be the Sonic 1 poster. No. There's this. No. It's a little fold out. I love these things, and this one actually I've never seen. I'm going to have to look through this one. By a whole lot more. I'm telling you, this video is going to be long. This one for Game Gear, I guess. Oh man, it's a shame. Who wants this on the wall? Joe Montana football. Crisscross. Mario Kart 64 in really nice condition. Ninja Gaiden. Sewer Shark. All the GoldenEye in really nice condition. Spy Hunter. And Hook for the Sega CD. All that was $5. $5. And I was talking about Game Boy or something, and the lady's like, "Oh, we have a Game Boy," and she said it's outside. Yeah, it has like the Game Boy. It has this grip thingy, this case obviously, so link cable in there, some magnifying glass, and a charger. Or actually, that might be a battery pack, that grip thingy. Super Monkey Ball Junior. I figure what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap out the screen, because the screen I've got with the Pokemon GBA a couple weeks ago was, remember, busted. It has like a leak screen. That ended up being $5. Next sale I went to, kid was saying that he had like PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 stuff. I went there and it had a PlayStation 3 20 gig. I paid the mother $5, and then I was asking questions about the PS3, whether it was, you know, backwards compatible or not. I kind of was considering buying it, but so the kid came out and he was talking to me about games and stuff, and PS3 there, and we were looking for the cables for this, and you know, I found the AV cable, but I didn't find the power cable, which again doesn't really matter, and I was able to parlay that into, well, would you mind taking off or give me $2 because I had to buy, you know, the power cable. He's like, okay. So I got a comment from the mother like saying, you're a really good negotiator. Which of course I am, and yeah, so I got a slim PS2 for $3. Getting to the next sale was fun. There were a couple sales in between, from here to the next sale where I actually found stuff, but I was cutting through a part of town and going over this bike path. That's kind of a dirt path that goes over a hill. Anyways, I kind of went down to this little, I don't know, pothole in the ground or whatever, and I thought my tire would continue. I ended up flipping over the front of the bike and smashing my face into the ground. But no time for licking my wounds. I had to head on to the sale because I knew the next sale the lady said she had Nintendo games. And so got there, and she said that people were there like 6:30 in the morning. Her sale was supposed to start at 8. So damn, I missed out on that, but I was kind of downtrodden at that point. But we haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet.